Hi all, welcome to the last lecture on the first module of quantum mechanics. So in this particular session, I will be discussing the momentum eigenvector. Okay, so I will be discussing the momentum eigenvector, its representation in two different bases, the position basis as well as momentum basis. The momentum eigenvector in general can be defined as the momentum operator acting on a ket Pn gives Pn ket Pn. This ket Pn is called momentum eigenvector corresponding to momentum eigenvalue Pn. Okay. Now, how will you represent the same thing in position basis? So consider in position basis. So in position basis, we can represent the momentum operator acting on psi Pn of x gives Pn times psi Pn of x. So the psi Pn of x in general is the inner product between x and Pn is called the eigen function. Sorry, it's called the wave function in general. Okay, since it is the wave function of the momentum eigenvector, and therefore this can also be called as a momentum eigen function. Okay, so this can also be called as a momentum eigen function. Okay, now it is possible to find the representation of psi Pn of x. So for that, just replace the momentum operator in position representation. So in position basis, the momentum operator can be written as minus ih cross dou by dou x. So therefore, the eigenvalue equation become minus ih cross dou by dou x acting on psi Pn of x gives Pn times psi Pn of x. So since there is only one variable, there is no need to put the partial derivative. So this thing can be written as a full derivative as well. So it can be written as d psi Pn of x by dx equal Pn times psi Pn of x. So just do the rearrangement. So we can write this d psi Pn of x by psi Pn of x equal plus I Pn by h cross dx. Just do the integration and give the limit, and we can write as the psi Pn of x as psi Pn of 0 e raised to I Pn times x by h cross. So just do the integration. So this step I am leaving to you. You can do it yourself. Okay, so this shows that the momentum eigen function is an oscillatory function. Okay, now what about the mod square of the momentum eigen function? See, if you find mod psi Pn of x square, that would be equal to mod psi Pn of 0 square. That means it would be a constant. Now, what's the meaning of the mod square of the wave function? So for that, you can just recall the Bond's interpretation. So the Bond's interpretation is mod psi of x square is called the probability density, and that for the mod psi of x square dx times dx gives the probability to find the particle between x and x plus dx. So if you multiply mod psi of x square with dx, where dx is the infinitesimal quantity, then by definition, its meaning is it is a probability to find the particle between x and x plus dx. And this mod psi of x square is called a probability density. So higher the probability density means it is more probability to find the particle at that location. The mod psi of x square is called the probability density of particle at position x. Okay, so what is the probability density for the momentum eigenfunction? For the momentum eigenfunction, the probability density is a constant. So if you plot that the probability density in a graph, that this is x, and is the probability density of the momentum eigenfunction. So what you'll get is this probability density is just a constant, and that is equal to mod psi pn of 0 square. So that means that every point in that location, at every point in the space, is equally probable. So all positions are equally probable. So that means there is no exact location and there is no exact position of for the particle. Okay, whereas the momentum eigenfunction has an exact momentum. Okay, so that is the thing. So although psi pn of x has exact momentum, which is Pn. Okay, so for psi Pn of x, the momentum is Pn, but its position is completely uncertain. Okay, so in the position basis, if you represent position basis, that the mod square of the momentum eigenfunction is just a constant. So that means all positions are equally probable. That means there is no exact location for the particle. There is no exact position for the particle. So in the momentum in the momentum eigenstate, or the momentum eigenfunction has a definite momentum, but it does not have a definite position. So no definite position. Okay, so that's all about the momentum eigenvector or the momentum eigenfunction. So why I have introduced the n here? This n represent because the momentum can have different eigenvectors and different eigenvalues. So in order to differentiate it, I have just put this n symbol. Okay, now the next is how will you represent the momentum eigenfunction in the momentum basis? So what we have done is the momentum eigenfunction in the position basis. So this is so next we can do the momentum eigenfunction, which is psi pn of x into momentum basis. So we have to convert into psi pn of p. So we already know the conversion from the position basis to momentum basis. The momentum basis wave function we can write as 1 by 2 pi h cross all raised to 3 by 2 the position wave function times e raised to I px by h cross dx. So this is a very simple representation of or the simple conversion from the position basis to the momentum basis. It is just through the Fourier transformation. So then psi Pn of p, it is the momentum eigenfunction momentum basis that can be written as 1 by 2 pi h cross all raised to 3 by 2 psi Pn of x e raised to minus I px by h cross dx. So we already know the expression for psi Pn of x. So what was the expression? So it is equal to 1 by 2 pi h cross all raised to 3 by 2. Okay, I think it is all raised to 3 by 2 doesn't require here. So all raised to 3 by 2 is required in case of 3-dimensional problem. It is a 1-dimensional problem. So all raised to 1 by 2 is enough. So integral. So psi Pn of x gives psi Pn of 0 e raised to I Pn x by h cross dx. So that is equal to psi Pn of 0 can be taken outside 1 by square root of 2 pi h cross. Okay, I forgot to write this e raised to I px by h cross dx. So this become integral e raised to I Pn minus p times x by h cross dx. Now this term is nothing but the representation of Dirac delta function. So this is Dirac delta function Pn minus p. So this is the representation of the momentum eigenfunction psi Pn of x in the momentum basis. So this is a Dirac delta function. So this Dirac delta function means it is equal to 0 when Pn not equal to p. So that means this wave function has a value only when p equal to Pn. Now if you plot the graph, between the mod square of psi Pn of p with p, what will happen is this wave function is 0 at all point except when p equal to Pn. So this will be 0 at all points except at Pn equal to p. At Pn equal to p, it will go up to very high value. Okay, so this wave function or the mod square of this wave function, the momentum eigenfunction has a definite value, and its definitive value is p equal to Pn. It has a definite momentum. So this momentum eigenfunction has a definite momentum which is equal to Pn, but it does not have a definite position. So it's the position is completely uncertain. It can take any position, but it takes the exact only single momentum. Okay, so if you just extend the Bond's interpretation, we can define what is this psi Pn of p square. So the psi Pn of p square is a probability to find the momentum p. Okay, the probability to find the momentum p and the momentum p for the particle. Okay, so that interpretation may be required at some point of time, but usually we'll represent in position basis, but it is always possible to move from the position basis to the momentum basis or vice versa. Okay, so I think this gives an idea about the pretty idea about the momentum eigenvector or the momentum eigenfunction. So the momentum eigenfunction has a definite momentum, but it cannot have a definite position. Now its opposite can also be worked out, like you can discuss about the position eigenvector or the position eigenfunctions. Okay, this position eigenfunction will have a definite position, but it will not have definite momentum. Its momentum would be completely uncertain. So that thing you can do it as an homework, or you can do it as an assignment. That is the find the expression for find the wave function form of the position eigen state or the position eigen vector in position basis as well as in momentum basis. So we have done is the momentum eigen vector or the momentum eigen function in two different bases. This is the position basis representation, and this is the momentum basis representation. The same thing you can extend to the position eigenvector, position eigenfunctions. Okay, so that's enough for the time being, and we have completed the first module, the mathematical formulation of the quantum mechanics. So we'll have certain tutorials which discuss problems based on all these the theories. Okay, and thereafter we'll go to the second module, which is actually called the formulation of quantum mechanics. So there we'll get the idea about why we have studied these mathematics. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. We'll see you later.